low-key? Look!
Hello, friends. Welcome back to Olivia Will Draw, and if you're new here, I'm Olivia, and I'll draw things. When I first sat down to do this video, I was going to do my very first sketch page, and you know what? I don't like the way it turned out. There's pieces of it that I like, but overall, nah, it's just okay. Got over the fear of using the first page though, because it sucks, so. Like the rest of the world, I've obviously been having Spiderverse brain rot, and I can't stop drawing Spider-Man, Spider-Sonas, and now, as I feel like I should, the Spot. When we're first introduced to the Spot, we see him as this, you know, everyday, oh my god, what are they called? Villain of the week. And by the end, he is kind of a menace, and, you know, it's all over a bagel. Imagine. Oh my god, I didn't draw a single bagel on this page, and I totally meant to. What's wrong with me? But I did get a lot of good hand and feet sketching practice, and I feel like I will be doing more spreads of the Spot just for that reason alone. Drawing him was such a great way to not have to draw the whole figure. And, you know, just kind of an immaculate time of getting a few hand and feet poses in. I don't draw feet a lot, and you're gonna be able to tell by the end of this video. I kind of want to write like the Spot, like he's like, that's me. I'm gonna either hate this or love this. I don't know if anyone else has made this realization or comparison from the Spot to the little wooden figure pose guy, but I figured because this movie was made by artists, that has to be it, yeah? I feel like it has to be. I don't know if that was intentional, but all I could think in the whole movie theater, or the whole time I was watching this movie, was this movie was made by artists, for artists, and everyone else, I guess. It has to be this. And if I'm wrong, I'm not wrong. As much as I enjoyed this movie, I am saddened to hear that the conditions for multiple artists working on this film was so extreme that they decided to leave the project altogether, because I feel like this is such a dream project for most and all artists to work on. And it really sucks to hear one of your favorite pieces of media or your favorite film was made in such a manner. I was kind of at first a little heartbroken to hear that the movie was going to be pushed back, but I would wait 10 years if that meant that every artist and individual who works on the next film gets to have a livable work schedule and livable wages. I think that is obviously something that should be happening amongst every sort of creative job field, which has been something that's been on my mind kind of lately, and kind of something that's really haunting. If you follow Cleo.
The condensation! Emma!
If you follow any bigger artist that works in the animation industry or illustration industry, and even a little bit of the gaming industry, I've noticed a bit, there is a lot of job seeking individuals right now, which is kind of scary as someone who is just starting their career in the illustration industry. A lot of big names who are either finding themselves without a job or have been going months already without any kind of work is kind of a scary and daunting reality that's happening right now. I'm totally understanding that, you know, art is one of those things where it is the first to go when the economy crashes or the funds need to be cut, which is so sad and so scary. But I'm not gonna sit here and talk all about the bad that's happening in the art industry right now. It's just something that's been on my mind, and I kind of wanted to talk about it a little. Okay. On a lighter note, I did sign on with an agency a few months ago, and I officially launched here in a few weeks, which is super exciting. And I'm hopeful that that will be, you know, the start of me actually building my published portfolio. So we'll see, you know, more news on that in the future, in the coming up videos and weeks ahead. The next coming up years are going to be challenging, but also very rewarding. I think I am establishing myself in my career to be one of those bigger names, but as of right now, it's such a unstable uncertainty and just so scary to be in an art position right now. So here I am on YouTube making videos because you don't have to pay me to do that. I'll just do it for free. I like making videos, so I'm not gonna complain. Anyway, back to my sketchbook. I actually sketched this page out onto a sticky note while I was at work a few days prior to actually recording this video. Geez, perfectionism much? Sheesh. I had this idea in my head and I really wanted my sketchbook to look nice when I did it. So I sketched out my sketchbook page. And honestly, I'm really excited to do a sketchbook tour for this whole sketchbook because I feel like this whole few pages that I've done in the sketchbook so far have been like so insane. I just feel like I have achieved a new level of artistry in my sketchbook, and practicing all of these different things, each page is making me so happy for various different reasons. So I'm really excited to share this sketchbook with you. Although I will say, I don't think I've ever done a sketchbook page this intense with black and white ink before. Definitely something I need to work on, definitely something I want to work on. Maybe I'll do a handful of Inktober's this year in traditional media and work on my inking skills. Don't quote me on that, no promises, because I don't even know what I'm having for lunch tomorrow, so we'll see. Using this pen was kind of new. I had been practicing with it on a few pages prior to this one, but I feel like I just love a classic gel ballpoint pen. It gets me in the way that no other pen or brush pen understands me, and I just like the way that it feels, and I really like the way that it looks, especially over the color pencil. I think it just looks crisp, clean, and very sketch-like. The brush pen is cool and all, but sometimes I think it just gets too fat and it just doesn't get those thin, crisp lines that I'm looking for. I also think practicing with more inks and black and white kind of sketch work helps me to really focus on the negative space. I think I did a pretty decent job of this whole spread filling in that negative space, but overall with each individual sketch piece that I did, especially this one that I'm working on now with the ATM, I couldn't figure out where else to add on more dark tones and not to add so much. Making the whole like dimensional riffs on this page was fun, but it became challenging because of that whole black and white and negative space aspect of drawing the spots. There's definitely times where I think I should have colored in the jacket, but I liked seeing the jacket lines, but I also could have filled in the jacket and then made it like white accent lines next time, something to experiment with. But I knew that I wanted this page to look a certain way and I didn't want to risk ruining it, so I didn't do that. I am a firm believer in using your sketchbook to actually practice and be messy and make mistakes. But also, on the other hand, I really wanted the sketchbook to look cool. I'm really trying to work on my perfectionism and not worrying so much about the end result, especially with the sketchbook. If it ends up being cool, that's awesome. Love that for me. But, you know, if I have really bad sketchbook pages too, that's okay. You know, sketchbooks are meant to trial and error things and really practice stuff, so. I think this sketchbook spread turned out a lot like early stages of the spot, like when we first see him. And I would really like to do another spread where I'm doing more of that later off version where he's much more menacing and much more in that kind of intense sort of visual. I think it'd be a really cool challenge for me to work on black paper and draw him with like white pens and white color pencils. I feel like that is like the ultimate test of using negative space, and so that's something that would be fun. And I might try out. I don't know if I'll do a YouTube video for it, but if that's something you want to see, let me know, I'll do it. I can't promise that it'll be good, but I will attempt to make it good. It'd be a lot of trial and error, but I'm 100% sure that I would learn a lot from it, and honestly, I think it would help me to figure out more of those negative space things. I think too often I forget about backgrounds or just forget about what's going on around my characters, so I think it would help with that also. This whole sketchbook spread is literally just me filling in the empty spaces with holes and dots and spots. Get it? Spots. And again, if I really would have thought about it, I would have added in at least one bagel to this spread, and I'm really upset that I didn't. Clearly something for next time. Overall, I had so much fun doing this sketchbook page. I absolutely love it. I hope you love it too. And if you loved this video, please let me know down in the comments below. Leave a big thumbs up. Subscribe, stay hydrated, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!